The Joe Rogan Experience.
Did you see the video with, I don't know when it came out. It's Adam Carolla sat down with Tucker Carlson. Did you see that?
What did they talk about?
They talked about like California. They talked about the homeless epidemic that's here in California and how, I'm going to try and quote it right, how he says the government just kind of looks a blind eye because we are a city and a state that lives on permits and parking and licenses and, you know, we just want that money, you know. So it's like if he says something, you know, Forest Lawn Memorial, like how you look across the way and there's all these, you know, immigrants and whatnot, like selling flowers, you know, but like a woman driving without a license plate, she'll get pulled over and charged, but all these other people, it was kind of interesting. And I hate being like, oh, Tucker Carlson, but it was actually a really interesting interview.
That's probably a good point.
Yeah.
California would care about the homeless if we could get money from them.
If we could get money from them.
Sure.
And on the way over here too, I was just looking at all these tents and it's just so fucking sad. It's so sad.
It's really sad and it keeps growing.
It keeps growing. I live in West Hollywood and I remember like a couple years ago because, you know, it went from downtown and then downtown pushes them all out. So they keep going west. Some go to the beach, some go to Santa Monica. But now it's like I live in an area that, you know, 6-7 years ago, it was fine. But now it's like even on the way to go get coffee this morning, I walk everywhere I go. It's like I saw like three homeless people just outside just screaming at nothing. You know, they're in tattered clothes and they're dirty and they're, you know, I used to work with a girl years ago at a restaurant when I waited tables and she's now homeless and she's like out of her mind and I feel bad.
Was she always out of her mind?
No, her name was Lotus, you know, she did yoga and now.
What happened?
I don't know.
Did you try to talk to her?
I did. It was like I got to watch the progression of the illness. Yes. So I would see her every now and then. I was like, hey, what's going on? Because like back when the recession happened, you know, we were waiting tables. So we bounced from job to job because one day we'd go to work and there'd be chains on the door because they couldn't pay us. So we had this little kind of group that we would go apply together at different jobs. And then I started seeing her out on the street, just walking around. I was like, hey, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. Da, 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 da. And she just kind of never let me know how she was really doing. And then like a couple of years would go by and I'd see her and I'm like, she looks a little out of it. And I would say hi to her and she wouldn't respond. And then now it's full on like teeth are missing and running down the street crying. And it just breaks my heart because it's like I don't know what to do. And I don't know if she would be willing or...
How tight were you with her? You had her phone number?
No. I don't even know if she has a phone. I can't.
Right, but did you at one point in time
I think so,
number?
Yeah. And it's just that like inner guilt and you're just like, God, how did it get so bad? She had an apartment, you know, I think her parents passed away and that might have like set her, you know, spiraling. But yeah, I remember just like doing a spot at the Laugh Factory one night and walking outside and you know how they just keep everyone outside like you do. and she just like barreled through everybody just screaming nonsense and like shit like teeth missing and it's just sad. It's just really, really sad. And then I'm at the gym working out and I'll see her like down there, you know, with her garbage and everything. And yeah, she doesn't, it's just sad. It's a lost cause.
When you knew her, she didn't seem like she had any mental health issues?
No.
Really?
No. I mean, she would do yoga. I mean, I remember her, she was always
Lotus?
sweet. Lotus. Her name was Lotus Harmony, which hilarious. I don't know if that's a real name. But at the time, that's how I knew her. And she was always just this sweet lady, you know, just beautiful skin, beautiful smile, always in a good mood. When she got mad, you were like, oh, man, Lotus is pissed, you know, because she was always so friendly. And yeah. And then now you're just like, damn. And I just want... I don't know what to do. I would love to help her because it just breaks my heart. Homeless people break my heart, but female homelessness really, really is sad for me.
Yeah, because we're sexist.
Well, it's.
I feel the same way.
You know, it's just like someone's daughter, someone's wife, someone's just out there, you know, vulnerable to the elements and predators, and it's just, it breaks my heart.
No, it's awful, but I think most of what you're seeing with homeless people is people that are severely mentally ill. So you got to wonder, like, what caused... Maybe she was on medication and her insurance ran out.
Yeah.
She couldn't...
Full-on Joker. Yeah.
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 Dude, that's real.
It is real.
It's fucking real. There's a lot of people out there with giant mental health issues.
Yeah. I know several people who... they would have anxiety. A guy that I used to date, it's like, we dated for a long ass time, but it's like if he didn't have his anti-anxiety, yeah, like, and he got off that. I mean, he would full on have a panic attack, and that would get dirty, and I had to witness that, which was insane.
Yeah, people that lose it because they're off their medication.
Yeah,
that's a sad situation because you're always going to be tethered to this thing that
Good
keeps
word,
you sane.
by the way. You used it twice today.
Did I?
Yeah, you said it earlier before we started.
I think I probably use it all day.
Yeah.
I just hope it works.
Tethered Tuesday. Hashtag Tethered Tuesday.
It's, like what happens to them if the fucking coronavirus hits and they get locked indoors for 6 months.
And you just become agoraphobic and lose your shit?
Well, we were talking about this the other day, that most of what this is all happened from the Reagan administration. During the Reagan administration, they changed the standards of what it means to be mentally ill, and they just released people from asylums because they didn't want to pay for it all. Mm-hmm. And, if LA is a city of 20 plus million people, which is as many people in LA as I think is in all of Australia. Mm-hmm. So think about that. Think about the amount of money, and that they can't make asylums here. Think about how many abandoned buildings there are.
True.
Think about how much money would it cost. There's currently somewhere in the neighborhood of 70,000 homeless people.
Yeah, they said there was some statistic that said there's more empty apartments in this town than homeless people.
The thing is, though, that those folks don't just need a place, because they'll fuck that place up
and
rehabilitation. Punch holes in the wall and shit in there and stuff.
Smear it.
Yeah, they're crazy.
Yeah.
What they need is help, and they need medication, and they need counseling, and they need. And some people, I'm not a mental health expert. Some of them you might not be able to do anything to. Some are so gone, you might not. And also they get so filled with despair.
Yeah.
I knew a bunch of guys that were homeless back from my pool hall days. There was a bunch of guys that would hang around the pool hall. They would even sleep on the floor. And, I knew guys that would try to sleep in people's couches. They'd sleep at the bus stops. And then they'd come to the pool hall and try to hustle up enough money to get some drugs. And they were stuck in this place where they could never get past where they were. They were just in a rut, and they could never get out of it. And it was just...
It's heartbreaking.
Despair.
Yeah.
So much despair.
Because you're just like, what happened? For instance, the other day, I'm walking down Santa Monica Boulevard over by Barney's Beanery, and I just hear a... And I look over, and this kid's like, had to be 22, 23 years old. And I was like, what happened? Where are your parents?
Too many auditions. Blew a fuse.
Yeah. Just snapped. If I hear no one more time.
No!
Yeah. I know.
CIA dropped him, and he's just out there ranting and raving.
Dropped him. I'll show you, Hollywood Reporter.
You motherfuckers.
God.
There are people, though, that you meet in this town where you meet them early in their journey, and they still have hope. Like, it's not worked out yet, but I'm going to make it. And then you run in comics.
Yeah. That's the thing. I think it's so relatable in our field as well, because you know those people.
Yeah, we do know those people.
I want to say I almost was one of those people.
Were you?
Oh, yeah.
When?
What time? I mean...
Give me a time where it was like...
2002, and then 2005, and then...
Really?
2000. Yeah, there were several...
I didn't meet you until when? 2007-ish?
I want to say, I think I met you at the Ice House when we were podcasting out there. Yeah, and then when you came back to the store,
that was like 2014.
Yeah, that's when I saw you again, and even then it was like, I'm making it work. And I remember you looked at me and you go, "You're the weirdest gay guy I've ever met," and I was like, "Fuck yeah."
Why did I say that?
I don't know.
We were probably all really high.
Yeah, probably so.
I probably didn't know what I was saying when I was saying it.
Yeah, but I feel like that's. You get through that struggle, and you get through the years of being hungry and the years of like, can I pay my rent this year? And you do whatever you can to just scrounge everything up and do it.
So you had those moments where you're like, this might not work out. I might go crazy.
Or what's my other option? Move home. Or suicide.
Damn.
Yeah. This town's hard. It's very hard.
Well, it's also, you see so many people that are doing well, right? Like, it seems so far out of reach. Like, when you're broke and you see some guy driving by in a Mercedes convertible, you're like, You know, you see these people going into those big high rises off of La Cienega, you know, doormen there and everything.
But no one lives there.
No one lives there?
Oh, no one can afford that shit. Are you kidding me?
What are you talking about?
I mean, there's maybe like, what I've heard is that they build those, and then the Saudis want their kids to come to school here and get an American education, so they just buy them for them. But nobody...
Have you done any research on this, or is this just...
I've overheard some things.